wonderful. I love the group. It's been a foundational pillar for me for, my business. It's one of the few online like Facebook groups that I look forward to. First off, I joined at a really good time because I had just decided that I wanted to go officially from hobby herbalist to starting an herbal business. And so I had just started to do that. And even though I had the tools as an herbalist, I didn't really have any experience with the business side of things. And so I just felt like I needed guidance and inspiration and just sort of see what other people are doing and, how figure out how I could bridge hobby herbalist into business herbalist. So that's what I was hoping to get out of it, which I did, and so much more. I had, for probably about a year before that, I had done a couple of really small craft markets, especially during the holidays. And I was gearing up to start doing more markets that were basically coming up shortly after that. So that's where I was. And it was perfect because right when I joined, I think Angie was like shortly after that, Angie gave that great workshop on presenting yourself at an herbal market. So right off the bat, I was like, oh my gosh, I'm home. This is exactly what I needed. Like I said, it's basically the entire group and pretty much everything about it has been a foundational pillar for me. From everything from the community to the tea rooms. Even when I don't make it to a tea room, I usually will watch and I take notes. And, whenever anybody is doing something that's applicable to my business, I try to, see how I can sort of take their wisdom and apply that to what I'm doing. And it's helped amazingly. One thing in particular was, Yolanda, when you did that video last year about time management, that rocked my world. I think Melissa inspired that and it changed my entire life. And something that small, you don't think like it's a big deal, but running a business has all these aspects to it. And especially for herbalists, I think it has even more because a lot of us are not just doing one thing, right? Like we're growing herbs, some of us are making and selling products, some of us are seeing clients or teaching, and some of us are doing all of the above. And so I felt like I was running around in circles and not really getting anything done, switching from one task to another. And that video just was like, oh, okay. So now when I come in to work every morning, I'm like, oh, it's Tuesday. Okay, I'm making products today. And it just it was a map and it was amazing. And it literally changed my life. Now I get so much more done in such a short period of time. So that video right there was just a huge life changer. Obviously, your help with the website has been, who knew? If those of you who may know me from before, I have always been resistant to social media, really not very technologically inclined. People would ask me, oh, do you have a website? And I would just laugh and be like, no, that's not my thing. I don't know how to maintain a website. So, it's been a year now. And, now I'm like working on it every week and it's like something I can do. And I would have never done that without you and the Herbal Circle. So that was huge. Yeah, I could go on and on though about everything that the circle, when you post a question, there's people that are herbalists that can help you. It's not just random business people, it's people that do what you do. And, just the sharing is incredible. I usually get all the answers I need and all the inspiration I need. It's amazing. When I started, I was just doing the markets. And then, I was doing really well at the markets and then COVID happened and I was like, oh, okay, I have to make friends with the internet now. And so luckily that's exactly now that the markets are starting to pick up again soon, locally anyway, where I live. It's nice to have both. And it's been amazing. It's been a game changer for sure. The community is a big part of it and just how we help each other, and not just like if we have a question about pretty much anything, everybody's usually very quick to offer what they can. And even just like this morning, I got a couple of messages from people in the Herbal Circle that are like, just kind of helping to, help me feel good about this because they know how I am about video. But, it was just nice to have that community, that feeling of like we all have each other's backs and we're all in this together and we're helping each other along. That's been the best part. But it's also like access to the conference year round, the workshops, the different challenges, like I now have a Pinterest page because of the Pinterest challenge. Never would have happened if you wouldn't have done that. So, just things like that. I feel like it's just in general, it's a support group of people, and it pushes you forward. If you utilize it, if you post regularly, if you answer people's questions, if you participate, you get out what you put into it. But if you put into it, like it will push you forward in the direction that you either want to go or need to go. I think it's part of it is the accountability, but I think another part of it is really just like you're manifesting, right? You're putting energy into that. And so if you're constantly, it's like a bank, you're constantly putting energy into it, you're going to get, it's going to show progress. There's no way that you can't progress if you're constantly putting energy into it. And it's funny, I love that you did that, where you kind of did the whole collage of like people from the beginning to the end, because every week you don't realize that you've made any progress, because it's such these little tiny steps. And then when you look at the overall story, you're like, wow, you can really see how one thing led to another. And it was amazing. Another perk that people can sort of help each other by, hey, will you beta test my product? And then we get to try all these cool products. And Carrie was one of those. So yeah, there's another perk right there. I just want to say, Yolanda, it's amazing what you've done here. I mean, first with the conference, but with the Herbal Circle, and just how you've created this amazing community of people. I feel like you all are my friends. And when I start traveling again, I want to visit you all. It feels like that. It's that good. And also for the website, the help with the website, I am like, just, I can't express my gratitude enough. You've just been an amazing light, and you've been a motivator for like not just me, but everybody in the Herbal Circle, I'm sure. Yeah, it's just amazing what you're accomplishing. If you're thinking about joining the Herbal Circle, and you do it, because it's not, you can always try it out. And I think that if you do it, participate regularly, and maybe even keep a journal while you're doing that, so that you can see how it's working for you, and you can see how your progress goes long term, because I bet that you will progress. And yeah, that's all I want to say. Do it so we can meet you and we can all hang out. It's the community, because like a lot of us, some of us live where there's other herbalists around, but it's different when it's just like there's people from all over the world, and it's so cool to meet people and see what they're doing. And none of us are competing against each other. We're all just helping each other to blossom. And I just think that that's so important, because my philosophy is that the world needs more herbalists. So it's great that we all just have each other's backs. I think that's probably like the best part of it, I would say.